PacWest Magazine is brought to you in part by Hawaii Tourism Authority. Discover the beauty of the islands at GoHawaii.com. We are just days away from our PacWest Basketball Championships in San Diego. We'll take you to Point Loma, where 6 squads on both the men's and women's sides are getting ready to converge for 3 days of incredible hoops action to preview another great tournament and meet all 12 teams looking to cut down the nets at Golden Gymnasium. Welcome back to PacWest Magazine, the official TV show of the NCAA Division II's most beautiful destination conference, the PacWest. Now let's go to Commissioner Bob Hogue.
All eyes will be on beautiful San Diego the first week of March. The 2014 PacWest Men's and Women's Basketball Tournament takes place at Point Loma's Golden Gymnasium Thursday through Saturday, March 6th through the 8th. Point Loma is excited to be the host and looks forward to a great tournament experience for PacWest student athletes and their fans.
One, obviously, we're in a beautiful setting and location in San Diego, so I think that's going to be a natural draw. But also just being here on the Sunset Cliffs and the coast, I think it'll be perfect setting for a tournament. But we do have a great staff, and so when we were approached by the conference office, as much as we'd like to be participating, I think our staff's going to do a terrific job. I know Azusa Pacific did last year, and obviously borrowing a lot of things from them, and then also quizzing them about things that went really well, and then maybe some things that we can even do better and enhance. And I think that's everybody's hope, is that we continue to build a championship into a high-quality event and make it better each year. And so I'm eager for our staff to showcase their abilities and see what we can do to represent the PacWest Conference and Point Loma well.
It means a lot to us, especially as a new team in the PacWest, essentially. We want to show them that we can function at the D2 level. We can put on a great show. The floor being so low and the stands high, I think it's neat to look down and see the action from above. In a lot of places, especially up here on the east end, to look down and see the action is pretty spectacular.
We're blessed, with nice weather a high percentage of the time, so maybe some of those schools that are from areas that don't have nice weather, that'll be attractive, and obviously great restaurants and hotels, locations, beach, and so we're going to put some things together to try to give a visitor's guide to whoever and allow them to tap into more than just what Point Loma offers, but all of San Diego, to just make it as great a visit as possible.
The tournament's top seeds galvanized their spots during the regular season. The top 2 seeds for both men and women will receive first-round byes. The California Baptist men's team took their first year as an NCAA active member by storm. The Lancers won their first 16 games of the season, their first 10 in conference play, made the national and regional rankings, and clinched the regular season title by mid-February. On the women's side, Academy of Art also ran away with the regular season crown this year. The Urban Knights were the tournament champions a year ago in Azusa and hope to reclaim that glory the second time around. The tournament gets underway on Thursday with first-round matchups. Here are the other qualifiers for the tournament. On the men's side, Dominican, Dixie State, Chaminade, BYU Hawaii, and Hawaii Pacific. On the women's side, joining Academy of Art, California Baptist, Hawaii Pacific, Dixie State, Hawaii Hilo, and Dominican. Game times on Thursday and Friday are the same, with the men playing at 1 p.m. and 3:15 p.m. California time on both days, and the women playing at 5:30 p.m. and 7:45 p.m. The championship games for the top 2 surviving men's teams and the 2 remaining women's teams will be Saturday at 5 p.m. California time for the men and 7:45 California time for the women's championship contest. At the conclusion of it all, just like last year, expect to see 2 very happy teams cutting down the nets and on their way to the NCAA tournament as the PacWest automatic qualifiers. Follow the action in San Diego all tournament long on www.thepacwest.com.
I chose Division II because athletes graduate at a higher rate.
I can stay closer to home and be an important part of the community. I chose Division II because I can double major.
And take part in campus activities.
I chose Division II because classrooms are smaller.
Students have more time with their instructors.
And I can compete for a national championship. I chose Division II for all these reasons and more.
I chose Division II.
I'm a PacWest athlete. I get to travel all over the West Coast. I'm a PacWest athlete
so I can excel in the classroom.
I'm a PacWest athlete because
I want to win championships.
With students from countries all over the world.
From Australia to England.
We are diverse, with majors ranging from business to fashion design.
Medicine to animation, we are scholars.
With players from every sport, from baseball to tennis.
Cross country to soccer to golf.
We are athletes.
You're watching PacWest Magazine. Now let's check out these basketball highlights from around the PacWest. Academy of Art burst into the 2013 PacWest Women's Basketball Championship game one day after a stunning upset of national power Grand Canyon to set up a dramatic showdown with #1 seed HPU. The Sea Warriors look like a team destined for the NCAA postseason. Still, winning the tournament would be the only way to guarantee a berth into the regionals. After taking care of Dixie State in their semifinal, Hawaii Pacific looked confident heading into the finale. And that was easy to see in the first half. In a back-and-forth affair that saw Art U use a 12-2 run to go up by as much as 8, it was HPU that took control down the stretch to secure a 4-point lead at the intermission. But the second half was a much different story. HPU's shooting went ice cold. The Urban Knights proving they were the team of destiny. Behind Ariel Dale and tournament MVP Jordan Rogers, Art U was just too much for the team from the islands, who did not receive an at-large berth into the regionals, spending the offseason thinking about what could have been. But that was a year ago, and these are two new teams. HPU is back with all PacWest performer Sky Savini leading the way. The Sea Warriors are hungrier than ever to get the title they missed out on last year.
I feel like that game set a little bit of fire under me and a lot of the returning girls, so it's putting a lot of emphasis on preseason and early games, and so we're ready for postseason games or close to end season games.
Savini was crucial in the Sea Warriors' narrow escape at home against Point Loma. She knows it's winning those close games that can only help her team down the stretch.
It's really important because close games like this, losing them are kind of demoralizing. So it'll carry over to the next game if we play, like we close a really close game like this. I mean, it just starts us off again. We came off of a 2-game losing streak, so this is kind of fresh blood. We're ready to go again.
Art U lost several of those seniors that carried them to the title last season. But the Knights have actually gotten better. Not only have last year's underclassmen stepped up to fill those leadership roles, but Coach Lene Larson added a major Division I transfer to her squad. Former LSU standout and McDonald's High School All-American Crystal Forthen, who at 6'4" has imposed her will against many smaller defenders, like she did in her 26-point performance against BYU Hawaii.
At 6'4", she can play inside out. She's extremely talented, just, a special kid, one of the most high-profile athletes to ever sign at a Division II school. So we're really excited to have her. She's a great kid. She's really coachable, and she's just going to get better and better as she gets comfortable.
I mean, I ain't played in about a year and a half, so it's a big difference trying to come back and play. D1, D2 is the same as basketball at the end of the day. It's just, it's school. So school is school. At the end of the day, I'm still about to get my degree and still do what I do.
At or very near the top in the conference in points, rebounds, and blocks, the Portland native is only a sophomore, and she's more than happy to call the NCAA's only art school her new home.
I have a couple teammates I've been playing with since like second grade. Zoe Shang and Shani Story, and just playing with them, and they opened me, to come to a school that I probably wouldn't be in school right now, but they coach opened me with open arms, and I'll be able to come to our school like this, and it's a great feeling to me.
Grand Canyon is now playing Division I ball, but that definitely doesn't mean we should expect a rematch in last year's championship game, in one of the most competitive years on the women's side. California Baptist is finally eligible for NCAA postseason play and have their mark set on getting into the regionals in their first try, behind their own Division I transfer, Elise Shelton, who at 6'2" has been a major presence in the post.
The beginning was pretty shaky. It was kind of hard because, we do have a lot of freshmen, so there was it was uncomfortable when we had like the close games, and it was hard to close them out because, they get nervous, they get anxious, and then I think as time has gone on, they've become more confident in themselves and in each other. I think we're really beginning to click now, and we're understanding how to stretch the lead and how to sustain that, and it's becoming more comfortable for us.
Dixie State also finished the regular season with the winning record, and Coach Kat Turner, the former head coach at Holy Names, knows as well as anyone the demands of playing in the PacWest.
We're really focused on that, but at the same time, we're just focused on every single game. We just want to play the best that we can at each game. We have 14 new players. It's kind of hard to think about the future. You need to think about just the immediate game in front, and we just got to make sure that we give 100%.
It's always on the front of everyone's mind, no matter what. The beginning of the season, that's just what your focus is, and especially where we're a good team, we know we can do it, and we've got the new team and a new coaching staff that can get us there, so we're hungry, definitely hungry.
This year we have a new coaching staff and honestly a new team. The chemistry is way good this year. Our coaching, it's because of our coaching staff, and I think that it's new beginnings for us for the championship, PacWest champion. I want to go to the tournament for sure.
Making their debut in the tournament is the PacWest's only school north of the Bay, Dominican University of San Rafael, California. The Penguins' scoring attack is led by senior Salonika Q1 Owens and freshman Carly Holbo, who grinded out a tough road win at Chaminade in January.
I think it's going to take more games like tonight, where everybody's stepping up and putting in what they need to put in, and if we keep doing that, I think the chances are always there.
Oh, it's tough competition. Any given night, especially this year, you can see it's all over the place. The bottom is beating top beating the bottom. It's just, it's awesome. That's when it's fun, because you really know that any given night, anybody can step out and play, and it's not about, on the paper, this looks good, you guys look better than them. It's whoever plays better that night.
Coach Brianna Chambers taught a very interesting and demanding lesson to her team at the beginning of the season, making sure they settle for nothing less than playing in the exclusive 16 PacWest Championship Tournament in March.
To me, it will mean everything, and I'm pretty sure to my team it will mean everything too, because that's pretty much our goal. We're 512 miles from San Diego, that's where the tournament is, so we had to run 512 sprints to simulate us getting to the tournament, so it would mean everything to us, especially since we got off to a pretty rough start, but if we get there, I think we can take it. So
512 sprints at the beginning of the year. I had the team run 512 sprints as a group, since it is 512 miles from us to San Diego, which is where the PacWest Conference Championship is, and I wanted them to earn their way to the championship.
And finally, no one can sleep on the Vulcans of UH Hilo. Coach Dave Kanashiro's squad makes their return to the tournament on the heels of a huge road win at Azusa Pacific in February. Just by watching this sequence of events in an early season matchup at HPU, you can tell this scrappy team from the Big Island won't go down easy in San Diego.
They're going to be ready, especially after the championship game last year. They'd be hungry for a victory.
Last year is just last year. We're not even looking at that anymore. It's over, and we're just trying to move forward.
6 teams, 1 goal. The PacWest Women's Basketball Tournament Championships March 6th to the 8th at Point Loma. Be there. The race to the finish could not be more exciting in the PacWest.
We exist in a place rich with promise, where ideas ignite the spirit of learning, where our trustworthy methods are validated by respected results. It's a place where we practice integrity and encourage the development of ethical perspectives. where creativity burns brightly and expressions of hearts, minds, and souls are nurtured, where we view challenges through the lens of opportunity and daily circumstances through the eyes of faith. It's where the potential for excellence has no limitations, and each new day begins with hope. Fresno Pacific University, empowering leaders, transforming lives.
Daily, faculty, staff, board, and administrators pray for your release into this remarkable culture and the cultures of our world and the difference you will make. Tonight, that's really what we're celebrating. Let me welcome you to this, the 113th year of commencement at Azusa Pacific University.
Now, that tells us what this school is being built for which it's being built. And from this school, I'll tell you,
from this school
will go men and women.
Will go men and women.
Whose influence would be felt.
Whose influence will be felt.
For good.
For good towards the establishment.
Towards the establishment.
Of Peace International.
Of peace.
Of peace. Of peace.
Of Peace International.
Welcome back to PacWest Magazine, right here on OC16. Here's a feature story from Northern California. Of the 12 teams participating in the 2014 PacWest Tournament Championships in San Diego, only 4 schools are represented by both their men's and women's squads. If I asked you to guess, you might not have a problem with the first 3. Traditional basketball factories, Dixie State, HPU, and Cal Baptist. But the 4th might surprise you. Dominican University of California. What the Penguins have accomplished in a few short years in the conference, after moving up from the NAIA in 2009, is definitely remarkable. The PacWest is stacked in the hoops department, with teams routinely challenging Division I programs in the preseason, and then making it deep into the NCAA tournament in the postseason. But coaches Brianna Chambers and Booker T. Harris have molded their rosters and conquered the long road trips with patience and efficiency. And both expect their teams to compete for championships.
Oh, it really tests your mental toughness. I mean, you're out here in Hawaii where it's beautiful outside and you got to focus on playing a game. You know, you have to be ready, and this is actually it's beautiful. I mean, what better place to be? You play in Hawaii, you play basketball. It's awesome. It's awesome.
We hung out with the Dominican coaches and some of the players on a recent road trip to Hawaii. What's easy to see is that no matter the opponent, the Penguins are proud to don the black and gold and represent their school, especially when they venture far from Marin County.
You know, we are about being student athletes. It's about balance. You know, we definitely care about winning. That's what we want to do. We're competitive, but we're also about teaching them how to be adults and being the right people once they get out in the world. I mean, I have a player right now, her goal is to stop human sex trafficking. I have another player that wants to be a doctor. I have another one to be a pediatrician. I have another one that wants to be a radio DJ. One wants to be a WWE wrestler. So we're all across the board just trying to improve the world and just make it better.
Guys we have, they're a great group of guys. They're really close. As you can tell, they definitely do compete for one another. So that says a lot about this team's character and the type of student athlete we have here at Dominican. Yeah, those kids, they not only attend class and do well in the classroom, but all those kids, just I guess because of the campus size, those kids are really tight and friends with each other. All the student athletes come out and support each other, whether it's volleyball, lacrosse, soccer. You know, it's amazing to see the community and the connections and the relationships that these kids are building with each other, even if they're not on the same quote-unquote team, they're in the same department, so it's been awesome.
So far it's been really good since I've only been here about a semester now, but I really do like it. I love the business program. That's a big reason why I was drawn to Dominican. The people there are wonderful, the professors are amazing, and it's just, I love every minute of it. The kids are really nice. I've met kids from all over the country. There's a big international program at Dominican, so I've met a lot of kids from China and Japan, and just everybody's really just kind of happy to be at school, and it's nice to be around that atmosphere.
I'd say Dominican's a really good school. The classes are small, so yeah, you learn a lot because you can interact with the professors more since the classes are so small.
The more we win, the more crowd we bring in, and that definitely helps us. It gives us that energy to go out and just play hard and keep them going, keep the fans giving them what we want.
It is an awesome school. Because we're such a small school, all the teachers know who the girls are, and it's awesome because when I call them and I say, hey, can you tell me about Carly Hobo? And they can tell me exactly who it is. It's not like, wait, let me look her up. Wait, where does she sit in class? They know exactly who she is. They want them to be successful. I mean, they help us out with everything, you know. You can't ask for anything better. You really can't.
I think the sense of community, study, reflection, and ideals that we have there is, second to none. President Marcy has done a great job, carrying on our Dominican dynamic as far as learning and having students, experience real-world stuff and be active with that. And like you said, the area up there in Northern California, it's beautiful, it's amazing, it's green. You got mountains and you got oceans all here right there. Nice weather. It's a little dry, so you probably need a little more rain. But as far as the overall beauty and the access to being 18 miles north of San Francisco, there's a lot to do and experience up there in that campus up here at Dominican University of California.
Coach Chambers has assembled a diverse squad of talented student athletes from up and down the West Coast. Her leading scorers, Carly Hobo and Salonika Q1 Owens, affectionately known as Q to her teammates, couldn't be more different. Yet they play the game with ease and chemistry.
It's an amazing experience. I never take for granted what I have because I feel blessed to be able to have this opportunity to be playing college basketball, and I can't wait to see what the next 3 years are going to bring.
I had an injury last year, so I had to come back strong this year, but yeah, I'm just focusing on getting back in shape, getting back into the groove of going 40 hard minutes. But Dominican is a great school, so all in all, the school is great, the program is great. We're working on getting better every day, so it's been a great experience.
Basketball is a game with ups and downs, and no one knows better than the players. But coaches Chambers and Harris have made the game fun at Dominican.
It's how I am. It's my personality. I am intense, but I do have a background with family who have been teachers. So it's one of those things where it's kind of what I learned in my household growing up. Every kid's different, and how they respond to you is going to be different. So you can't coach every kid the same way. And the thing about being mean or harder on them, I am, and those guys, know that too. But there comes a point in time where, as a coach, you can't play or get out there on the court. It's up to those kids who come to practice day in and day out and put in the work in the gym behind closed doors when nobody's there for them to showcase what they're doing out here on the court.
I love it. She's tough, but I like the way she coaches. I like that she holds us accountable for when we make mistakes, and if we do something wrong, we are held accountable and we make up for it, and she always has us playing on our top.
Coach Bree is awesome. She expects a lot out of us, so we just got to push ourselves every day and just rise to the expectations. She expects us to be great, so that's what we got to do.
The men's team suffered a close defeat on this road trip to Chaminade, but staying positive has had its benefits, as the Penguins not only bounced back to beat the mighty Silver Swords later in the season at home in San Rafael, they ended the season on an incredible 10-game win streak to secure the number 2 seed in the PacWest Championship Tournament. They are a team that no one wants to face right now.
Yeah, I definitely think it wasn't a problem for us. We know that coming off from a trip, being on the plane and everything, it's hard. We have to come in, execute, play hard, and defend. And day in and day out, we practice it every day. Unfortunately for us, we came up short towards the end of the second half. A few turnovers that cost us the game, missed rebounds and everything else. But other than that, I feel like we get the next one.
The Dominican University Penguins of San Rafael, California, making lots of noise in the PacWest.
I want tradition.
Access to what I need.
Great professors. Sports I love.
A smaller feel. To be more marketable.
To make a difference. To excel.
To be noticed.
Notre Dame de Namur University, opening doors and engaging minds since 1851.
I want guidance.
Inspiration.
A real community.
My bachelor's.
My master's.
To finish my degree. On time.
Notre Dame de Namur University. Explore, engage, excel.
12 points. 12 points.
practice. That half is over. It's done. And in this half, we have to outplay them, plain and simple. I know what all of you are capable of. I believe in each and every one of you. Now let's go out there and make this our masterpiece.
Everyone asks you what you're going to be. Maybe you don't know yet, but one thing is certain. When you attend a university that's ranked among the best in the nation, you're bound to go far. Hawaii Pacific University. Get where you want to go.
Founded in 1868, Holy Names University has grown from humble beginnings on the shores of Lake Merritt to a thriving comprehensive university in the Oakland Hills overlooking San Francisco Bay.
So we can produce scholar athletes in a perfect setting.
And that's a wrap on this episode of PacWest Magazine. But that doesn't mean you can't catch more highlights and feature stories when we're not on TV. Come find us on the web at thepacwest.com. And you can catch more of this show on PacWest TV, the official channel of the PacWest. For Bob Hogue, this is Wayne Cueto saying thanks for joining us on PacWest Magazine. PacWest Magazine is brought to you in part by Hawaii Tourism Authority. Discover the beauty of the islands at GoHawaii.com.